Yo, what's up, guys? We're back with another video today, and guys, UFC 315 is just around this corner, literally 2 days away. Belal Muhammad versus JDM. What a stinker of a pay-per-view card this is. $80 you have to pay to watch this event for, like, half of these guys are unranked. I'm sorry, this card is just terrible. It is genuinely so terrible. I have no other words to say it. The only good fight is this main event, and I'm just gonna let you guys know ahead of time, we are skipping right through some of these fights. Like, I'm just gonna go give my prediction, and that's it. Like, because there's genuinely nothing else I have for this card. I genuinely have no desire to watch most of these fights, but because they're free on the prelims, I'll probably, unless I'll do something else, we'll see. I don't know. This card, I don't know if I'm gonna stay up for this card, guys. I genuinely don't know, but I think I will just for you guys. I don't know. I gotta think about it, because, like, I don't know if I want to sacrifice my sanity to stay up just to watch, like, 3 boring main card events. Like, honestly, and if the main event for Belal and JDM is so bad, I'm not making a video, guys. I'm just not. Yeah. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, starting up with the first fight on this card, we have Brad Katona versus Betty Amakiev. I'm gonna go with Becky. Alright, next up, we have Daniel Santos versus Yang Ji Lee. I skipped that last fight so quickly, I just don't care. I'm gonna go with Daniel Santos, I think. I'm gonna go with him by decision. There's gonna be a lot of decisions on this card, guys. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I don't think there's any really, like, any good fighters or any fighters that are gonna have, like, any crazy knockout. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Daniel Santos by decision. Alright, next up, we have Monkari Andrea Butev versus Bruno Silva. 2 absolute bums. They are just whatever. They're both bums. They're both real bums. But I think Mark's just slightly better. He's younger. He actually wants to fight. Bruno Silva literally does not care about fighting. I swear to God, this guy does not care anymore. So with that, I'm going to go Marc-Andre by decision. Alright, next up, we have Norjay Sterling versus Anvis Erez. I'm going to go with Norjay. I don't think that he's going to knock out this guy. If he does, I'd be very surprised. I hope, because I really want to see a good amount of finishes. Like, the fact that this card is so bad, we need to have a lot of finishes in order to make it up for. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is going to be another decision. Alright, next up we have Moleske Bukadres versus Ian Kulibaka. I'm going to go with Moleske by decision. Again, I just think that he's slightly better. I mean, this one's a kind of tough one. I wouldn't be surprised if Ian wins this one. I will say this one's definitely close. I just think Molkevs has fought better competition. He's only lost to, like, guys who are pretty decent when it comes to that division. So with that, I'm going to go with him by decision. Alright, next up we have Jessica Andrade versus Jamesy Asuke. I'm not even going to say that last name. I'm going to go with Jamesy by decision. That's what I'm going to go with. I think that she's on a tear. I think Jessica Andrade, I could see her winning this. I don't know, bro. Jessica Andrade's just too old. Honestly, I think Jamesy is just coming up in the division. I think she's, like, on a 5-fight winning streak currently or something like that, around that range. So with that, I'm going to go with her by decision as well. Alright, now possibly the only interesting fight on this whole prelim card, like, not the main card obviously, but as far as the prelims go, Mike Mala versus Charles Radtke. This is basically Canada versus America. This is basically that, right? And I was tempted to go with Charlie's. Like, I'm an American, but no bias. Like, I was tempted to go with Charlie's. Because really, besides, like, his loss with Carl Prates, he's been looking pretty decent. But at the same time, dude is 34 years old. He's not getting any younger. And he's only, like, I think that loss against Carlos Prates was a pretty bad loss. And it showed a lot of bad holes when it comes to his game plan. I think Mike Mala, yes, he got finished by Neil Magny, which is just, that is possibly the worst way to lose. And he lost by TKO, mind you. This guy lost to Neil Magny by TKO, ground and pound. If you lose to Neil Magny by ground and pound TKO in a fight that you are winning, I'm amazed that he's still fighting. I thought he was going to retire. I am amazed he's somehow still fighting, but whatever. I think, despite that, I think Mike Mala is pretty underrated, I'd say. I think he's not, like, championship level, but I think he's pretty decent. I think he's pretty solid for where he's at, and I think he's honestly going to win this one by, I'm going to say this, I think it's going to be first round TKO. I think Mike Mala, he doesn't have crazy KO power, but I think it's going to be the fact that these two are going to be scrapping a lot, and either in the first or second round, but I'm confident that Mike Mala will TKO him in some way in the first round and rock him. Maybe he hits him with a body shot, and Charles Radtke just, like, collapses, and Mike Mala gets the TKO finish. Alright, now we are on the main card. Alright, now we are on the main card, guys, okay? We have Benoit Saint-Denis versus Kylo Porcrez. What a disappointment this is, guys. This fight is such a disappointment. This is possibly the freest win I think you can ever give a fighter right now. I mean, Islam being Hanato Moicano was obviously like the freest one right there, but this is pretty much up there, right? Benoit Saint Denis, we were so robbed of Benoit Saint Denis versus Joel Alvarez. That would have been such a good fight, man. That pisses me off so much. And I would have said that Joel Alvarez would have beaten Benoit Saint Denis. I actually thought he would have beaten him. So BSD, you live to fight another day. You live another day. But and he's probably going to get this. I'm going to go with Benoit Saint Denis by KO in the first round. I really think so. Benoit Saint Denis has decent KO power. He has good kicks, good striking. Well, not really good striking, but he's decent. He's better than Kylie, I'd say. And I just think this is just the freest win you can give to Benoit Saint Denis right now. You could have given him any other fight. You could give him Roofy. Roofy called him out. Grant Dawson, Gamera. All these guys called him out. What happens? No, we're going to give you a guy from the Reebok era. So, great job, UFC. Great job. Great job, UFC. So, with that, I'm going to go with BSC by first round KO. Alright, next up we have Alexa Grasso versus Natina Silva. I'm going to go with Alexa Grasso by decision. I am surprised she is an underdog because she was just the champion. Like, I'm actually really surprised she is. She got wrestled very badly by Valentino Shevchenko, and Valentino is a primarily striker. But I think Shevchenko had to improve her wrestling in order to beat Grasso, in my opinion. And I still think Alexa Grasso, she's pretty solid. I would like her to win because, like, there's no one really else in that division that I really care about, if I'm going to be honest, besides Valentino and Alexa Grasso. I mean, if Natina Silva wins, I mean, it doesn't really do much for the division. If Alexa Grasso wins, then that puts her in a better spot than where she is right now. So with that, I'm going to go with her by decision as well. Alright, next up for the featured bout on this card, we have Jose Aldo versus Ami Zalibara. I think that's how you say his name. It's a little bit hard with some of these names, guys. I'm not re-recording this, guys. It's too late for me. But with this, I'm going to go with Jose Aldo. I think he's going to win this by a masterclass. I think this is possibly the freest win you can give Jose Aldo right now. Jose Aldo, even at his late age, he's still so much better than most of these guys, honestly. He should have won against Mario Batista. I'm going to say that flat out. I think Mario Batista, you don't just clinch someone for like 5 minutes straight and do nothing and you win that fight. You don't do that. That's just not how MMA works. You need to actually do something with that takedown attempt. Try to take him down, get control time, but you didn't. You clinched up there in the fence and just being a horrible fighter, and I hope Marlon Vera TKOs him and destroys him. But ran aside, guys. I think Jose Aldo's going to win this fight. This fight just pisses me off because obviously with the last fight with Jose Aldo, but again, I'm not going to get into that. I just say Jose Aldo's going to win this by masterclass. Because, like, what has been our man's best win right now? I genuinely cannot think on the top of my head who his best win is. Because, like, who has he fought? Who has he fought genuinely to, like, be, okay, this is going to be a competitive fight? No. Jose Aldo's going to easily whoop this guy. And I don't think he's going to finish him by any means, but I think he's going to dominate him throughout the whole fight. So, I'm going to go with Jose Aldo by decision. Alright, now for the co-main event, we have Valentino Shevchenko versus Marion Front. Some people are picking Marion Front, which, I can't blame them because Marion Front has looked pretty decent. However, I don't think that she is anywhere near better than Valentino Shevchenko. I would be very surprised if I'm proven wrong by this, but I'm very confident with Valentino Shevchenko. There's just really no one else in that division that can really pose any level of threat besides Alexa Grasso. But even then, Valentino in the third fight showed that she was much better than her in that night. Maybe it was an off night for Alexa Grasso. We'll see. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I don't know. But I'm going with Valentina Shevchenko just because she's better in the strike, in my opinion. She has actually improved her wrestling a lot since the Alexa Grasso fights. And I would say that she's just had more experience when it comes to 5-rounders as well. I don't know if Marion Front has fought in a 5-round event before. I think she fought once against Orange Blanchfield, I think, or something like that. I can't remember on top of my head. I think she's fought once in a 5-rounder, but still, I think Valentina Shevchenko has the experience, the striking, and honestly, the wrestling. I think she's better everywhere else except for the age department. But even then, it's not that crazy. So I'm going to go with her by TKO in the 3rd round. Alright, now finally, for the only fight on this whole card that we have cared about, literally, besides Jose Aldo and Benoit Saint Denis getting a win, and Mike Mala, there's been literally nothing else to talk about. I genuinely have not cared about anything else on this card, right? And for the main event, Belal Muhammad JDM. Listen, back in my old videos, I made a video when this fight first got announced, and I was leaning towards Belal Muhammad. However, as time has gone on, I've been slowly leaning back to JDM, and I genuinely think JDM is going to win this fight. Now, as much as I can't believe I'm saying this, I would like Belal to win. I would love to be proven wrong here because this fight in itself is more important than like any other fight this year so far. Not for the fight itself and the state of the welterweight division. The welterweight's great right now. It's for the fact of the lightweight belt, because Ilia Topuria recently just said that he is going to fight at UFC 317. And it will be against either Islam or Charles Oliveira. And I guarantee you the reason why that fight has not been announced yet is because they are waiting for the result of Belal Muhammad and JDM, right? Because if Belal wins, then Islam will fight Topuria. If JDM wins, then Topuria will fight Charles Oliveira, and Islam will vacate the belt to go up to welterweight and fight JDM. Which, like, it sucks, because I would like JDM to win. I like both of these guys, mind you. You guys have known this. I have been a genuine Belal fan. I like Belal. I think his personality is pretty alright. He's a chill guy, in my opinion. He has some delusional takes. I'm not gonna lie. And, you know, some of his fights are a bit stinky. They are a bit stinky. But I just like him. I think he's got a good personality. I don't know why. I just think he's got a fun personality and all that stuff. And but I like JDM as well. I think JDM's pretty funny. This is literally me recording this after the press conference. JDM saying he doesn't know if Ian Gary actually has a son or whatever it was. That was a wild thing to say at a press conference, but you know, respect to JDM, I guess. I don't know. But I'm going to go with JDM. The reason why I'm going to go with that is, yes, Belal has the better wrestling, but JDM will never stop with the pressure. He will always try to get out, make scrambles, and it will eventually, I think, will tire Belal out. And mind you as well, Belal's not this, like, unstoppable wrestler like Khabib or Islam or Khamzat, right? Belal has been controlled. Leon Edwards was able to control him during that fight. He literally won a round based off of taking Belal Muhammad down and controlling him for that single round. And Belal, even at the last of the 5th round against Leon Edwards, he almost got finished in that 5th round against him. Almost did a Kamaru Usman on Belal. But Belal was able to survive because it took too long for Leon Edwards to try and finish him. But with JDM's not going to do that. He is going to pressure you and constantly throw whatever at Belal Muhammad to get the win. And I genuinely don't know if Belal Muhammad can survive that. I think eventually at the start he'll be alright, but as time keeps going and the rounds just keep moving and moving and moving, he will get tired and he will be unable to keep up the pace with JDM. I think at one point in the 4th round, he will be able to rock Belal at some way. Belal will try to get a takedown. JDM will escape it. And then he'll try to finish him, and he'll get a TKO in round 4. That's what I genuinely believe. I think JDM will finish Belal in the 4th round. But guys, that is me giving my full card predictions for UFC 314, Belal Muhammad versus JDM. Like I said, this is a very, very, very boring, bad card, besides the main event, which is actually pretty solid in my opinion. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. Do you guys agree with some of these takes? Do you don't? You know, tell me honestly. Because, like, I have nothing else to say about this card, to be honest with you. Leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!